So, hello everybody. It is Monday. Turn my volume off here. Monday, September 17th, and we're just doing this little afternoon Zoom team meeting. I know a lot of people can't be on at this time, but we're recording it, so we'll post it. And if you aren't able to be on live, then we're happy that you're able to listen to the recording. So right now we have Annette and Holly on, and do you guys just want to introduce yourself and maybe tell one good news that you have about your wild tree business in the last week or two or a month, whatever you want to celebrate?
Sure. So my name's Holly. I've been in Wild Tree for about 3 months now, not too long. I guess probably something exciting I have to share is I'm hopefully going to have a new team member this week signing up. So I'm excited to have Livy join my team hopefully this week.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Annette, do you want to share? Oh, I can't hear you. You're not muted. Do you want to try calling, or are you on your phone too? Weird. I can't hear anything, but you could type. Oh, now you're here again. Maybe this will work. Still nothing? Okay, well, if you can either pop on whenever you get the sound, or else you can click that chat button and you can type something and then I can just read it too. So while Annette's figuring out the sound or typing, I will just go ahead and get started with a couple things. First of all, are you guys excited about the $89 sign-up kit? Isn't that amazing? Yeah, and then the recruiting incentive is so awesome. So we have, if you get 3 recruits, you get that fancy designer necklace. With 5 recruits, you get the coach purse, and with 7 recruits, you get the Apple Watch that everybody wants. Sorry, my daughter's asking me. That's a good question, Dad. You can look at the bottom of the stairs or else up and down. Okay, so we are a little over halfway through the month. It is not too late to take advantage of those incentives for sure. So did you guys take advantage of our Discover Wild Tree event last night? Were you able to get anybody invited to that?
I invited 2 people. I had Livy get on, and I need to follow up and see if she had a chance to watch it. She said she wasn't going to be able to watch it live, but I just wanted to see if she's had a chance to watch it yet. And then another girl that I'm kind of working on too, I was able to get her added on there. So hopefully both of them were able to view it and stuff.
Yeah, that's great. So I know the key with that is definitely to follow up afterwards. And I saw today too, a lot of people are just like tagging people under the Facebook Live video because it's obviously posted there. So so I would definitely like have your list of whoever you invited to it, and then follow up with them to say, hey, were you able to watch it? If not, take them in the post, and then just say, do you think I'll have time to watch it, today? I'd love to connect tomorrow sometime, or, whatever.
Okay, cool.
Because definitely the fortune is in the follow-up, especially with something like that. If you didn't invite anybody to the Discover Wild Tree event, you still can do that right now. And I mean, I guess it's kind of nice that I was the one that did the Facebook Live video when you're inviting from our organization, because if you like me, I guess that's good. But the point is they're getting to know me a little bit and my crazy personality. on that Facebook Live video. So that makes it kind of nice that they're actually seeing a face of somebody in the organization that they would be joining. So definitely take advantage of that and try to just tag people, get people added. Just say, hey, we did this live event on Sunday. I'd love for you to just pop on and watch the recording if you get a chance, something like that. If you think of extra people that you want to invite. With our sign up special and then our recruiting incentive, I just feel like it's extra, awesome to be taking part in that. And also just the fact that we are in. So I feel like, honestly, how like you tell people, oh, it's the best time, like right now is the, I don't know if she can hear me. When you say like, oh, right now is the best time to go out to, like, we usually have a reason, any time of the year we can probably give somebody just about any reason why it's the best time to join. But truly right now is because we've got the $89 kit, so they save $40 on their startup. And then we have, well, obviously from our perspective as a rep, we have our recruiting incentive going on, but it's our fall back to school busy selling season. So it's the best time that they can jump in because they're going to get the best results from their efforts right now. And then if you're local, we've got Sonara Brown coming to our Lake Cabin at Priest Lake to do our retreat, which is crazy awesome. So, and even if you're not local, I have 3 or 4 people flying in from Portland, and then lots of people driving from, some people driving from Central Washington. I'd love it if you could come, Amy, from Montana. So yeah, and somebody else hopped on here too. It's an 832 area code. Let's see. Maybe they can't hear. Yeah, and I was trying to think, gosh, it seems like, oh, and then hello, we have our brand new software, you know what I mean, with our brand new catalog, with brand new everything. Basically, our whole company got a facelift. So it is really, truly, I've never seen a time before where all the stars align so perfectly that it is the best time, for anybody to launch their Wild Tree business. And on top of that, we have all the training and tools and things so that now, some of you who have been around a little bit longer, like if you signed up a new recruit, it was kind of like a hot mess on trying to figure out how to get them trained and started. Do you remember, Amy? Like, we're kind of like, tell her this, tell her that. Like, if she has questions, reach out. We have our Team Awesome Facebook page. There was no good system truly until this training launched. So I know I've said it before, but you guys, if you haven't gone through the training yourself, be sure to do that. Like, start at the beginning. I think somebody said it takes 2 hours if you go start to finish. So it's really not that time consuming to get it through it all. But if you just do it in like little 15-minute chunks and you just pound it out, you're going to feel so much more confident when you've got new recruits that you're sending there, because you're going to know where to send them. Like, if they have a question, you could say, hey, just go into like recruiting 101 or parties 101. You'll find the answer there. You'll find the document there, or whatever. But I feel like that training platform is just so amazing. We've never had anything like it before. So for us, I think it's good to fill in the blanks on things we might have missed. And then for recruiting, all you guys have to do is send somebody, like, they'll get the email from Wild Tree. You don't even have to do anything. Like, they'll literally get the welcome email that says go to training and just start at the beginning. And they will know how to operate their business. It's like magic. So, anyways, that all just is awesome to, sorry about my dog. Just going hand in hand with the whole recruiting incentive and the $89 kit is that once you bring on the recruits, you actually know what to do with them. And, hey. Oh, naturally, it's after school, so all the kids are walking past our door. Me, stop. Okay, so something I want to tell you guys that hasn't been really released by text. I texted Sonara right before our little meeting here to ask if I could mention it. And we have been talking about it for a while, but it is official. She's going to be she's working on putting together right now, like a Get to Team Leader training series, which is going to be super awesome. So she's going to actually be doing a call every Sunday so that you're able to watch it either like Sunday night or Monday morning or whenever whenever the best time for you is for the week. And it's going to be really awesome. So it's going to be all the training and tools to get you to team leader. And also there's going to be some accountability and some homework each week. So you'll know exactly what you need to do before the next call and you'll listen to the next call, do those steps. And then the only criteria besides the homework for you to do that team leader training is just to schedule some kind of a coaching call with me sometime during the week. And that's just so I can help support you in what you're doing. So if you're interested in getting the team leader, just get ready for that training that's coming this Sunday. And I'm sure it'll be, going out to the field probably on Thursday in that Get Cooking newsletter. They'll send the information out. But I wanted to give you guys a little heads up on that. So if you go into training, the first couple steps they're going to have you fill out your hot list of 100. That's kind of like our old contact list of 100 or circles of influence, whatever. So that hot list of 100, it gives you some ideas of different people. So that's one of the criteria for getting into that training is to fill out that hot list of 100. So if you don't have that filled out already, just print it off and start filling that out. And even if you're not wanting to necessarily get to team leader, but you're wanting to maybe get a little bit more business on your books, that's still like really the only place to start is just to start filling that form out. And then fill out your why. I think it's like a little worksheet thing. It's like 20 what's to find your why or something like that. But anything that has to do with your why, your goals, your vision, kind of work on those two things leading up to this call series starting, because that's kind of what we'll dig into. But I think that's a really important thing is like really connecting with your why. Because that's what keeps you motivated and keeps you doing the work. So not only why are you doing it, but if you don't do it, like what will you miss out on in your life? So just kind of think about those things, and then you can kind of put those into words in the training. It walks you through those steps. And then the retreat that's coming up. So if you're interested in coming to the retreat and you haven't already like paid your $25 deposit, you need to do that like today will be like the last day. I already sent the email to the t-shirt guy, but he just hasn't replied to me yet. So I haven't officially ordered the shirts. So if you want to PayPal me $25 deposit and your t-shirt size, and my PayPal is my email address, which is jystauff@gmail.com. Just send that over, and then in the memo, just put your t-shirt size, and make sure you choose like sending money to a friend or something like that. So then it doesn't charge us a fee. So just do that. I think I need to even double check on the count, but we probably have room for like 2 more people if anybody is interested in coming. We have Sonara Brown, the top earner and also vice president of sales, coming. We have Holly Cleese coming from Portland, who is on the leadership council. So Sonara, Holly, and Kathy McCool are on the leadership council committee or whatever, leadership committee, whatever they call it. So we have 2 out of those 3 coming to our retreat, and then I'm a director as well. So it's kind of insane. We probably won't ever have a retreat where you have like 3 directors and 2 of them being like 2 of the tops in the company being there to help train our organization. So I feel super blessed and spoiled and thankful. And the total cost of the retreat is going to be like $50 to $75 per person. So you do your $25 deposit, and the rest will probably be due by the end of October, the end of September, 1st of October. So compared to the cost to go to a national conference, it's way, way, way less. And then you're just getting so much more one-on-one time and bonding and connecting with people and stuff too. It's going to be awesome. So keep that in mind. It's going to be at my in-laws cabin at Priest Lake. That's part of why the cost is so inexpensive, because we don't have to actually rent a house. And then we're using my husband's aunt and uncle's cabin that's right next door to my in-laws. So we'll have 2 cabins at the beautiful lake to be on. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so you guys know there's been a lot of like not 100% smooth sailing with the launch of our new software, which if anybody was here when Thatcher launched, you know that this is way better, because at least you can see the light at the end of the tunnel and how awesome it's going to be. So a couple of things I just posted right before this call. I just posted Sonara's like State of the Union call or little video that she put together to give an update on how things are right now. So you'll be able to watch that little short video. It's like 8 minutes long or something. And that will get you up to speed on what's working and what they're still working on. Just know that tech team is working until 3 a.m. and then sleeping and coming back at 6 a.m. Like they're literally working as much around the clock as you can physically do. And I don't even know how they're doing that after, you know, it's been at least what, 2 weeks, right, since our other system went dark. This system has only been up for like a week though, you guys. So just keep in mind, or like 5 days or something. So just keep in mind that like this is a huge, huge transition, and really they're doing an amazing job. So the one thing, the app, I think everybody's wondering like, why isn't the app working? Well, it does work if you have an Android, because Google Play or whoever, I don't have an Android, but they approved our updates faster than Apple. So we're like in the queue with Apple, who knows where. I know Apple just launched that new phone, I think, or maybe it's coming soon. I don't know. I just wondered if that has something to do with it. But basically, the ball is in Apple's court as far as when our app is going to be up and running, because they have to approve when you do like a major overhaul to your system. And so as soon as they approve it, it'll go live and that'll be great. But in the meantime, don't stress about that, because wildtree.com is exactly the same as the app. There is no more, here's a website and here's an app and they're kind of different from each other. They're exactly the same. So I have an appy hour party tonight, and I'm just going to go to wildtree.com/Yota, you know, or whatever, and have them go through that. Actually, I'm going to have them go through the invitation to place their order, but you don't have to, you just don't need the app in order to do any of that. And frankly, I was talking to a couple of the girls on my team earlier today, and it's like, honestly, sometimes, you know, people try to download the app, they don't have space on their phone, or they don't know their Apple ID password, you know what I mean? And it's this whole like time consuming thing where like everybody can just go to the internet, type in wildtree.com/Yota/Amy, and probably whatever your username is, and or your URL is, and then get right in there. It's the same exact thing. So, but have you guys started using the new invitation system for new parties? Okay, let me show you something. It's really awesome. It's so awesome, you guys. It is like, okay, so here's a party that I just sent this to her. So I just sent her a little text just with like, hey, because she's hosted for me for years, so I want to give her an update. Like, this is the new invitation. And then you like hold it down. Let's see. I hate it when that happens, when you're like, whoops. Okay, I guess you just touch it, you don't hold it down. And then now it's going to open up. So that's their invitation. Isn't that pretty? There's like a bunch of them to choose from. So she's doing a workshop, so I chose the one that looks like they're putting meals together. And then they're working on a few more invitation graphics too that are going to be like more like showing the groceries, the Wild Tree kit, the prep, and then like the finished freezer meal workshops, kind of like turn this into that, you know? So that's going to be pretty cool. But then you scroll, and like I added that text. You can add whatever you want there. They're generating also some prefabbed words to put there, but it's so simple. I literally did this on my phone in like 2 minutes right before our call. It's like, I was like doing that while I was listening to Snar's little video thing. And then they actually, so let's say I said I choose going to her freezer meal workshop. See how that green box popped up? And it says, I think, purchase workshop. And it says, select your workshop kit for the party by 9/25. So there is no like, is that awesome, you guys, or what? I'm just like, Merry Christmas to us. Then here, you click on that. Okay, it's thinking. And it takes them to the kits, to the Make Ahead kits. So there's no like searching for stuff. And then and do you guys love the new look of the kits? Like how it's just so pretty and professional, and they all have their little color theme for their category. So then they just choose their kit, add it to the cart, check out, bam. And then it tells you in the host portal what, you know, who's ordered and what kits have been ordered. And you know what else it does? They pay for it right then. It's already charged to their card. It's not like when we would do even when we do invoicing, it charges automatically. Because I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I've done this on the last day of the month when I'm like desperately working towards a promotion and a credit card flipping gets declined. And I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I don't have time for this. And then it's too late to like contact the customer because you're, you know, at 10:30 at night or whatever time trying to get these last orders in. you don't have to worry about that anymore. Like if their credit card's going to get declined, it's going to get declined to them when they go to place the order or pay their invoice or whatever, which is a lot nicer anyways, because it's always uncomfortable to have to contact somebody and say like, your credit card got declined, which could be for a million reasons. But anyways, the point is they get charged right away. So they don't, I've had it too, where people thought that they paid, you know, and they don't keep real close track maybe of their checking account. And so I go to charge it later. They're like, oh, I thought I paid for that like a week and a half ago, you know, depending on how much time you have to invite and all of that. So this is just so professional, so slick. And if you think about it, like the amount of time that we have spent over the years trying to put invitations together, like this makes this business doable alongside other jobs that people have and busy lives, you know, because now you can put an invitation together in just a couple minutes. You can do it on your phone. Being mobile friendly is like a total game changer. And then, you know, send it off. The host can actually go into the host portal and she can view who's ordered kits. And then you can also view. I haven't had a host do that yet, so I have to play around with that. I don't want to give you guys like the wrong steps, but I'm sure there's a video and Roots, you know, that can show you how to do that. But in the meantime, you can go into manage parties and you can see who's ordering from which parties. And it's just really, it's so nice. So even though there are a few glitchy things, like you can see where everything is going in the direction we've all been like dreaming of for years. And here's the other thing with Thatcher, our old software company, if we wanted to make a change or improvement, we had to, it was a third-party company. So we had to give that information to them, and then we had to wait for them to do these changes for us. We have the guys who built our system at WildTree. So like when we say, oh, we don't really like the wording on that, they can real quick just go change it. We don't have to wait for anybody to do anything for us. So just know that once everything is like, all the little glitchy stuff, you know, is solved, and they're going in order of importance, you know, on urgency and things that really matter. But once that all gets up to speed, as we like come up with new ideas or we want to make little changes or any of that, we can just request it and it'll be done practically instantly, which is amazing. The genealogy report, if any of you guys are trying to look at like your volume or your downlines volume, it's a little hodgepodge. Like right now, I'm like, I don't even know who has what really. So they are working on something. Sonara said that made really good sense is that, you know, these guys that design the software, yeah, they're working with us, but like when they're looking at the genealogy, they're just making all these columns for what makes sense in their head, but they've not been a WildTree rep. So they don't know that what we really want to see is like the PV, you know, the personal volume, team volume, organizational volume, maybe number of recruits. That's the kind of stuff that we would like to see right when we go to genealogy, where they've got the rep ID number, the start date, you know, some of these other things that aren't necessarily as important. So really we're just having them sort of flip-flop them so that the things we want to see are going to be front and center. And then the things that we don't have to see as often, like everybody's rep ID number, you can maybe scroll over to look at those things. So they're working on improving all of that. It's going to be awesome and beautiful. So I just want to open it up for questions for a few minutes. What questions do you guys have about the new system? I'm not guaranteeing I have all the answers, but I'll try my best. And even what questions you have about anything, the new catalog, the Appy Hour, the script, any of it, just.
Do you think they'll send out an email or something letting us know when the Apple app is up and going?
Yeah, I'm sure. And you can always keep
Cool.
checking it, you know, just like,
yeah,
I did that today and no, still waiting.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Another thing, have you shared the like the virtual catalog, you know, the one online, how you can like flip through it virtually and stuff? Have you shared that on your business page and stuff for your customers?
I don't know if I put it on my VIP page. I'm not very good at my VIP page, so I'm a bad example. I need to be better. So if you guys are on my page, don't, I mean, you can copy what I do when it's good, but like do more than I'm doing because I'm just not very good about it. That's on my list to have my daughter start doing for me. Is just post but yeah, catalog link. I'm writing a note right now. I'm going to do that. I might have posted it, but I'm not positive if I did. That's a really good idea. The only thing is with that, make sure that you put your wildtree.com/Holly or whatever your URL is. So you can do the catalog here. If you're interested in ordering, click on my link to place your order.
Cool.
Gosh, you guys, if you don't know about this, this is very cool. You can actually create a custom coupon with
Oh yeah.
the system. So like I would a lot of times do a sale at the end of the month, especially if I wanted to amp up my volume a little bit. And I might say like free shipping on, hi Katie, free shipping on orders of $35 or more, something like that. Now you can actually like create a coupon code and you can make a start and end date for it. You can make a minimum dollar amount. Like you can do all the details that you want to it. And then that coupon code, you can like post in your VIP page or send it out through Comm Central. Comm Central isn't working yet. I'm praying to God it's working. I'm hoping that it's working before the end of the month, so we can all send out, if we wanted to do some kind of a special with the new kit and stuff. But in the meantime, you can post your coupon code on Facebook or in your VIP group or whatever, and people can order that way. So it might not be a bad idea to do like your catalog and then your link to your website. Actually, you might want to create like a party so you can get host credit on those orders. Post the party link, like a virtual, like Holly's virtual Facebook party or something like that.
Dog party. Yeah. Yeah. You were saying exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Oh yeah. And then,
yeah.
And then you could put in them like the body of the post, use coupon code for free shipping on orders of $35 or free shipping on orders of $50 more, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they can view, because it is nice to look through the catalog, especially our new catalog is so beautiful. It's kind of nice to look at that versus going straight on to the ordering. You know what I mean? You go to the website, it's great to place an order, but it's not really how you want to necessarily like view everything. You could end up just scrolling through lots of products and different things. So yeah, so I think the catalog link's a good idea.
Cool.
What other questions do you guys have? I'm just writing that stuff down because I'm going to do that in my VIP group. Everything we just talked about. Any questions on the Appy Hour? Amy, are you familiar too much, like a little bit with the Appy Hour? The new party format?
No, I am obviously taking a back seat right now. So
yeah,
I've got too much on my plate. And so this is just me kind of touching base again.
Yeah. Let me give you like a quick overview of the Appy Hour because it's actually so basically it's a tea party with a new fun name, but the reason for the Appy Hour obviously is just because of our app, so we can kind of walk people through the whole process of the app and everything, and it's all laid out for you in this script. So if you go into training and you go to Parties 101, you're able to walk through like the whole process. Sonara has a video of herself doing the demo, which is really great. And basically it's okay. I love the Appy Hours so much that I'm not going to encourage anybody to do workshops anymore unless somebody is like I have right now. That invitation I showed you, I mean, she's already, she always does workshops for me like a couple times a year, so she's going to probably want to keep doing the workshops. But the Appy Hours are shorter. And when you go to do the party, they're quick, easy. Number one. Number two, people aren't worried about space, like counter space or table space or whatever for people prepping the meals. So you definitely can fit more people in a house than you could doing meals. Number three, you get more attendance in general, just because people, a lot of times at the workshop, people don't come if they're not ordering a kit, no matter how many times the hostess tries to explain like that's still okay to come and just taste and check it out. A lot of times, I don't know how good of a job they do relaying that. And so the way the invitations kind of come up, it always seems like you come to the party if you order a kit, which is fine. And that's great. Sometimes we get a lot of, really good sales from those workshops. But with this, it's like everybody can come. There's no pre-purchase required. There's no pre-prep. It's easy. You just come to a fun girls' night out. And the way the Appy Hour script is designed, like people really get a lot of value out of what you're telling them. It's not like you're just doing a regular old you know, like I'm not trying to be mean, but like a Tastefully Simple party, they probably just put out samples, you know, of their dips and different things, and you go, and I don't know what they tell you, but I would imagine it's not so like solution based. Our script is designed to really create a story. Oopsie, that was weird. Okay, so it's designed to create a story, and the story, it's basically like identifying the struggle that the people are having, and then you're the guide that's going to offer them solutions for their struggles of mealtime stress, obviously. And then they're kind of the hero in their own story by choosing whatever solution works for them, implementing that into their life, and then ta-da, they have less mealtime stress, they're saving money, blah, blah, blah. And the way that script is designed, it walks them through sort of that story. It's a really effective way to sell, because it's the way that people's minds think. So you can think about like the Farmers Insurance commercials that, you know, they show, I mean, they're totally exaggerated with this like giant moose through somebody's windshield, and, you know, and then they have the statue in there of like, you don't want to end up like this guy. So with us, so you kind of like identify the struggle that people might have or could have, and then here's what could be your solution. So they take that solution. So their life is happy and stress-free. And it's just really effective marketing is done that way. So it's been really awesome to see. My customer care surveys have been more positive than ever since I started using that happy hour script. I had 2 recruits last week, not necessarily because, well, maybe because of the happy hour script. I mean, they both heard me use that script at the parties. So it's really easy because everything's been done for us. It's like a whole new world in this whole Wild Tree thing. So I know, like for you, Amy, you're super busy. You have your job and school, I think, right? And then little kids and everything happening. But finally, Wild Tree is actually easy enough to plug into little pockets of time that you might have and not take massive amounts of time. The other thing about the workshops are, with our new invitation system, it's going to be so much easier and so awesome, but you still have a little bit more follow-up and keeping track, you know, with the workshops, because you have to make sure people place their orders. The hostess has to keep reminding, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, she's going to want to, yeah, you can use her. You're going to want to still, you know, she's going to want to remind her friends to come and keep doing reminders and stuff like that. But you're not having to remind people to click here and place their order or whatever with the happy hour. You're just coming to the party. And then the other cool thing is, like, we have this whole host coaching script that's all laid out for you with a checklist. So like if you have a party, I have one right here. I use these little plastic envelope things to keep track of my parties. You print the host coaching script, and then it literally tells you all the things you need to do, and then you just put the dates in that you do them. So you can plug those into your calendar and say, like, okay, I'm going to check back in on this date or that date. But like, you're walking through all of those steps. There's a host coaching script guideline to, like, here's the first phone call to have with your host, and then reminder however many days later, touch base again, you know. But it's like everything has been figured out, so there's no guesswork, and it's just super, super easy. And if you follow it from start to finish, like, you will have successful parties, and you'll have bookings, and you'll have recruits, because the whole script and everything is designed for that to happen. So, and just like the meal solutions, the script, you know, identifies struggles that people might be having in their life, you know, as far as like maybe wanting more flexibility, more freedom, more income, more fun, more community, more blah, blah, blah. And then it's still that kind of paints that picture of, like, here's a struggle. Okay, maybe Wild Tree could be that solution for you. So what if you decided to give it a try? What could your life possibly look like? Or what if you just keep doing what you've always been doing? Well, then, you know, are you going to get to where you want to be in the future? So it's really awesome that finally we have a whole system. There's labels you can print off. They're like the old Freezer Meal Workshop labels we used to print, like 2x4 size. And then you just stick them to your catalog. It tells you what pages to stick them on. And then you literally use the catalog for your demos. So if you guys don't have any of the new catalogs yet, be sure to order some. They're so awesome, because finally our catalog shows what we are all about, is like solutions, not just a whole bunch of spices and oils and sauces. I'll post the catalog link on our team page so that so, you know, you guys can post that on your VIP page like Holly was talking about, or just look at it if you haven't seen the new catalog. But what's really cool is you could actually hand that catalog out to somebody, you know, at the grocery store, on an airplane or something like that. And they would be able to tell like, oh, this is a really cool meal solution company. Like it actually speaks to being a solution company, not an individual product company, which is huge. And so with that, for your parties, I'm down to one bag for the first time in almost 4.5 years to go to my parties. I'm so excited. So in my bag, I do have like a couple canisters of the shake, just empty, because I don't sample them. I just bring empty ones so people can read the ingredients. I've got the full-size products for the Italian party pack and the full-size products for the Mexican party pack. And then I have my little baby shopping cart that I use for my booking basket with, oh yeah, you have one too, Amy. And, or maybe lots of you guys have them too. Anyways, I put the little Chipotle taco night giveaway packs in there, and that's like it. And then I clip dates to the outside. So if people book a party, I give them one of those little taco night, you know, giveaway things as a thank you. And then I have my party packs. I usually bring like 3 Italian and 3 Mexican to my party. And okay, as far as paperwork, I have catalogs. I'm still going to bring order forms because I want people to have something to write on, even if they're going to place their order through their app or their phone or something like that. I still want to have a place where they can kind of write down what they want to order, and then I can help them with that. So catalogs, order forms, customer care surveys. And I did print off a bunch of those 40 friends in 4 minutes to give out to my hostesses when they book a party. So that way they can start making their guest list. And I feel like that's really helpful in them actually getting a better attendance at their parties. So, so the only things I have to print, or any of us have to print for the parties now, are the 40 friends in 4 minutes and the customer care surveys. Like that's it. So I just have a whole bunch printed up at Office Depot, and then I just have them. So I don't have to worry about doing it on a regular basis. So now you're using your catalog for your demo, and those labels tell you exactly what you're going to say for which page. You're not going through every page in the catalog. You have a couple stickers on the front. You'll just start there and tell your little intro stuff. And then everybody turns to like page 26. And there's the order guide that we've been using. If anybody's been doing happy hours for a little while, we had that like printable version. Now that's inside the catalog. So you go to the order guide, and it walks you through basically all our different solutions: make anytime, make ahead, make fast, make fresh, whatever they are now. Wild tree sets, all that stuff. It's all geared towards people spending a little bit more money, because there's sets like the Mexican night set, the Italian night set, the stroganoff, the best of the, or not the stroganoff, but the best top 5 skillet meals in a set, you know. So instead of someone saying, I like that Asian ginger plum dressing that I tasted, and I'll get a stroganoff skillet meal, and you're selling, you know, $22, you're talking about like, hey, you want to have some of these skillet meals in your pantry for those nights that you're going to grab fast food or Subway or something. If you don't have something super easy to get on the table, this is going to save you tons of money. It's a lot healthier, blah, blah, blah. It's super fast. And then you steer them towards that, like the 5 most popular skillet meal type thing. The other thing is, I'm not bringing any sauces or oils to parties at all. Literally, the only things they're sampling are the Italian night or the Mexican night. And I do exactly what Sonara says to do, because she's the one making $65,000 a month. So that's what she does. That's what I do. And you know what? This is how you recruit people, because you show them how simple and easy our business is. Honestly, you guys, by having a dipping bar with sauces and oils, all you do is sell more individual sauces and oils. I don't think ever that has steered anybody to ordering a workshop kit, you know, or a dinners and a dash or something like that, just because they tasted one product up there. They usually, oh, I like that and that, so they go find that product in the catalog. But when they're tasting a Mexican night or Italian night, they're tasting a whole meal plan, which is awesome. So that's a solution for them. And they might be like, yeah, I really like that. We do tacos every Tuesday. Okay, I'll totally get the Mexican night bundle. And then they're spending, you know, $50. I don't know how much it is, but somewhere around $50 to get all those products, instead of like, oh, I'm just gonna get the Asian ginger plum and the outrageous orange sauce, you know, or something like that. So that's how simple and easy it is now to do a party. You can really, I mean, the amount of time is just so little compared to what it used to be. So what questions do you guys have about that? or any experiences that you guys have had that you're excited about with anything that's new? Who else is on here? Is Jessica, are you on here?
I just clicked back on. I was on for the beginning part, and then I just clicked back in.
Oh, awesome. I'm like, 832 area code. It has to be Jessica.
Yes, it's me. I'm trying to think of anything. Nothing's coming to mind, but I'll keep thinking.
Okay. Do you have any exciting news or anything you want to share?
It's been kind of a tough beginning of the month for me, just with changes and everything down. And I had my party, things didn't get there in time for it, so I was like scrambling and just kind of catching up on all that. But yeah, hoping to, planning on doing some more the end of the month here. But everything pretty stable. Just kind of need to go through the trainings and such too. So nothing too exciting, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up about the shipping. Our shipping was really behind. And unfortunately, if they sent something on that, most of us missed it. So I'm not exactly, I feel like that kind of fell through the cracks, which is not really like them. They're usually really good about getting the word out on any of that. But just know as of today, they're completely back up to on-time shipping schedule. So whatever your regular shipping schedule, the amount of days it would take to get to you, it's back to that. So I'm going to still give it a little, just because, I don't know. I always like to have workshop kits the orders due 2 weeks before the workshop date, because that's about 10 business days. And, we have the longest shipping time to Spokane. I mean, 5 days is the longest shipping time, and that's what we have here. So it's kind of, it takes 7 days from the day you place your order, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. We're so used to it. So now I'm just going to stick to having like 2 weeks ahead of time for the deadline for workshops for right now.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, I think mine was 8, but it was like the transition and then the holiday, and then there was and it was like the next day. I'm like, oh no. So I need to, not cut it as close next time. So lesson learned.
Yeah, well, lesson learned because of the new system launch. What happened was they used to be able to sort the orders according to the shipping times. This is what the manager told me, and she said, but they weren't able to see that. They were just coming out as order numbers, so they were just going as fast as possible in order of them just shooting out. So normally, if they have a longer shipping time, they would pick the orders that were, say, going to like the West Coast before they would pick the orders for the day that were going to like, the Midwest or East Coast, because it's a shorter shipping time, which was pretty nice. I never knew that they actually did that on a regular basis, but that's what happened was that I'll bet you a lot of the people that lived closer to Wild Tree didn't have a problem, didn't have, as much problem. But, they're also counting on 2 or 3 days till they're going to have their stuff because they're used to it. So who knows? I guess everyone really got in a pickle. But now everything's up to speed, so that's nice. Everything's on time. Yeah. So Katie, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, fine.
Are you guys all feeling better?
We're getting there. Now my daughter got it though, so we're getting.
Katie has little twin guys. They're probably running around somewhere there, huh? Are they 2? What? Oh, let me unmute you. Oh.
There.
Oh, we're both trying to unmute us.
They're 2.5.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Busy. So, do you have any good news or anything you want to share? Anything you're excited about?
No, it was a rough month it's just some stuff I want to wait until I talk to you on Thursday for our conversation.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Sounds okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the whole software switchover and stuff, it's been kind of rough on everybody for sure. Okay, so does anybody have any questions or comments or anything about anything we talked about or anything else right now? Okay, so
I had a question, Yoda. You might have covered this, but if we were at STIR and they were saying you could get a kit or something, I sent an email like last Thursday, and usually they're good about like getting back to you within 24 hours, but I'm sure it's all back. Have you heard anything about that?
yeah, I mean, you can definitely, I don't know if you have time to call Wild Tree. The hold times are a little bit longer, but
Yeah, I called and they said, you are 30, more than 30 minutes or something. So maybe they're just behind on the email messages too.
who did you send the email to?
Do you know? I went just through the sale, whatever the, I don't remember the website, but it goes right to them. You fill out the form.
Okay.
It's to their,
Let me give you this
it's
address.
when you call, they say, or you can try this.com. And so that's what I did. And I've sent emails before and they're really responsive. So I'm guessing they're just behind and maybe try back in a couple days if I haven't heard.
Yeah, I can give you Stephanie's email address. She's the manager of the whole like shipping department and she's amazing.
Okay.
You guys, if you went to STIR and you have a free kit, coming, then just write down this email address. And her name is Stephanie, spelled with PH. Her last name is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's UPHAM, like Mary is her last name. So her email is S, and then her last name. So SUP like Paul, H like Henry, A like Apple, M like Mary, @wildtree.com. And you could just say, like, I sent an email to FSS or whoever you sent it to, and haven't heard back. So Yota said you might be a good one to reach out to see about my free workshop kit. So have you gotten yours yet, Annette? No. Have you ordered it? I mean, well, did you call in and say I was at STIR? Can I get my free kit? I can't hear you, but I'm trying to read your mouth. I'm trying to read your lips.
And then I was also wondering if anyone has successfully, like, I had a party on, what was it, the 9th or whatever. So it was like the kits were all, on with the old system, and then the change was all in the middle of it, which was terrible. But so I have to still transfer the credits. Has anyone been able to have that happen yet, or that's another thing I'm waiting on? Should I ask Stephanie about that too?
Yes, she's a great one about. So you're going to have, if anybody had workshop kit orders, before the switchover.
Right.
I have that too. I'm trying to think who it is. Oh, I know what it is. They didn't get any extra orders at their party. So that's because I was like, why haven't I been worried about it? Now I remember why. So I still need to redeem their credits. But yeah, I think what they'll do, what I heard is that it's good if you can have the list of the host credit of what your hostess wants when you contact WildTree, and then that way they can just process that for them. So you probably want to have their credit for the shipping, and then if you're not sure what the host credit is, then you could always email her and say, hey, can you check this out? Let me know how much host credit she'll have, and then you could email her again, ready to give the list.
Oh, so it's not right. So I had made a new party and just like hoping that it could be transferred into that, but that probably won't work that way. I made a party in the new system, but that probably won't work that way. Okay.
Well,
thank you. Sorry about the technical questions.
Yeah, you'll still do the new system did you get more orders at the party?
No, there was like a shake, but I don't think I could put that in the party anyway. So.
Okay. You can put it in the
Yeah.
party, if there's a way to link it to the party, but I mean, if she already had host credit before, like you could ask if you could get that shake. They probably would do that for you. Just manually give them credit for that shake order and then add it to whatever host credit was there already. So yeah, so you should be fine. I mean, you'll just contact
So,
Stephanie. They'll help you with
so
that.
call them and then so I can ask, okay, what is the credit? And then figure out what she wants and then call them back and say, okay, this is what she wants.
Yeah. If you don't know, I mean, do you know how much host credit she has?
Okay. I think it's I think it's over $100. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
so,
If you don't know kind of exactly, then just email. When you email about the free kit, then email just ask her.
that was my second thing. Okay, I'll try her directly. That might work. Thank you. Sorry about the technical questions.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know, like, it's kind of like that's what we need to talk about is just all this stuff because
did I also one more? Did I miss the book club, or is that coming, or is that today?
So okay, what happened was everybody was hodgepodge on the books. So I'm glad you brought that up because that was the next thing I was going to talk about. Really quick, and said something. Okay, she didn't know about the free kit. So at Conference Annette, they said if for attending STIR, you're going to get one of the new workshop kits for free. Once they come out, we're just supposed to contact Wild Tree, say, hey, I was at STIR, can I get my kit? So just if you want to email that email address that I gave you guys for Stephanie, just email her and say, I was just wanting to have my new kit shipped. And you just pay shipping on that. And so she will just use your card that's on file that pays for your monthly e-suite. That's what she did with mine. I mean, she usually asks, like, do you want to use a card? And then you say yes, she'll get it shipped out. So
Okay.
they're shipping out pretty quickly. Like mine's on its way here. So I'm getting the soups on. But I did see the new workshop kits, you guys, at my friend Marianne's house. I was out at her house last week. And holy cow, they are so flippin' cute. They're like so much better looking than our other kits. And just to give you guys a quick overview, they're like one and done. So they're not going to have leftover products afterwards. They're in a cuter box that will fit, on the table instead of having like these massive things that, but they're actually like a nice little size that will fit at everybody's spot. The products inside are just smaller. So like you might have a taco seasoning that's in a smaller jar, like what say the Chipotle lime rub would come in, or you might have some seasonings that are in the size of a jar that like our gourmet sea salts would be in, so they've just taken some of those different containers, figured out how much product they need for all of those recipes. And I know sometimes people are like, you guys might be thinking like, oh, you're getting less product, but the price of the kit, some kit, the $70 ones are less than the old ones. And then some of them are what, 80 and 85. So, but they've taken, well, number one, every once in a while in life, people have to do price increases. That's just the way it goes. So it's kind of nice to do a little bit of a price increase just based on the cost of goods and everything. It's kind of nice to just make that happen at the same time that you're changing to a whole new look so that it just all happens kind of seamlessly. But the other side of things are, basically having leftover products became a hindrance to our business. Like it was not a positive thing for reps when people had leftover products, because guess what? The people who like the make ahead kits, who want to plan, figured out for them, they don't want to think about it, are not the type of people who generally go home and get creative with their leftover products. So the kind of people who get creative with their leftover products are probably the kind of people who, okay, some of those people did come and do workshops because, maybe you just offered workshops and they think it's fun to do cooking and stuff. But the majority of those people are busy. They want easy meals figured out for them. And they start building up all this leftover Wild Tree product in their pantry and in their fridge. And literally, you guys, I had the most amazing groups of customers that were like regular awesome customers. They all spend a ton of money. It was like all these like stay-at-home co-op moms that have doctors for husbands or whatever. They literally were like, I can't do any more Wild Tree parties because I have so much stuff in my pantry left over from all these kits. And of course, that was before the app came out. So when the app came out, it was nice. You could say, hey, now you can generate recipes, but it's still not the same thing as just having that whole plan. So I really, truly believe this is going to be really a positive thing for our business. The documents come in a cute little booklet now. I don't know if you guys have watched that video on what the workshop kit looks like, but if you watch that video, you'll see Sonara, I think Sonara does a video, and just opens up the kit, kind of shows all the cute stuff. It's in a nice plastic little like molded thing where all the products fit nicely, so it looks pretty. Like you could have a vendor event and you could set that on your table just the way it is, and it's going to look so nice and appealing and professional. And then inside the booklet, the labels are in the middle. And so what my thought is you just pull that whole section out, because it's where the staples are, just pull that out, and then they can have their labels sitting next to them when they're putting their meals together. And then they've got their recipe cards and all that stuff is inside a little booklet. So those have this little booklet to keep. But I am leaning towards doing almost 100% happy hours. It's so much easier. So much less work you don't have to worry about people ordering in advance. You get more people at the parties. If you do a good job host coaching and you follow that whole system, it really, really works. So I'll do workshops for the people who already have been doing workshops and that's just what they want to do. But otherwise I'm leaning towards happy hours. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Okay. So Annette sent a question about the opt-out boxes. Don't let you check them. I've sent in an email, but not emailed back yet. So if you're talking about the opt-out for customers to opt out of getting your newsletter, that stuff's not working because it is connected to CommCentral, and CommCentral is not working yet. Yeah, so I guess she said yes. So that's why. So CommCentral is just not up and running yet, but we're all hoping it is. I'm sure it's going to be like in the next couple days, because they're not waiting on anything. They're working as hard as they can. Okay, so it's 4:00, but just give me like 2 more minutes. I wanted to go over like the whole book club thing. So we started in June with Girl Wash Your Face. Awesome book. And then my daughter and I went to her movie kind of thing. It was like a documentary movie called Made for More. It was amazing. So that was June's book. July was Get Over Your Damn Self. Best blueprint to being successful in your business ever. And then August, 5-second rule. Also, okay, this book is actually life-changing, not just business-changing. And then, okay, so here's the deal. How many people have actually read all 3 books who are on the call? Or listened to them? I don't care if you listen or not. Jessica, have you?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Well, listen to them, yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you and I are the only 2 people who have fully listened to or read all 3 books.
Oh, great.
But it's not that other people aren't wanting to or aren't making progress on it. It's just that I think a lot of people got behind in the beginning, and so they're trying to like get caught up on one book before they go to the next book, and we're going. So there's 2 things I want to encourage you guys. Number 1, if you don't have a morning routine where you wake up before everybody else in your house and you give yourself 20, 30 minutes to read, or you do it at night, if you refuse to get up earlier than anybody else, do it at night. But commit to reading for, at least 15 minutes a day. But honestly, commit to reading to 30 minutes a day. You guys will be addicted. I'm so addicted, I have to pull myself away from reading. Like, I love it so much. And then what I do is I always get the audiobook and the hardcover, because these kind of books, you kind of want to have a hardcover a lot of times. You want to go back and refer to different things because they're really like helpful in your business and stuff. So, but then what works out really nice is I listen to the book when I'm driving, and then I read it at home. So I'm hearing it kind of twice, but like the 5-second rule, I ended up finishing on the audiobook on the way to Colorado, way before. I haven't actually finished reading it, but I've finished, I'm 3/4 of the way through reading it, but I've finished listening to it. It's so good, you guys. And the thing about that audiobook, actually the thing about all 3 audiobooks, I'm pretty positive, Get Over Your Damn Self, that is read by Romy, isn't it, Jessica?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So all 3 of those books,
I think they all are.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're all read by the author. totally makes a difference when you listen to a book if it's the author that actually is reading it. Otherwise, I almost can't stand audiobooks when they're, when it's somebody else, because it's just like boring, monotone voice. But Mel Robbins, who wrote the 5-Second Rule, I mean, she's like a worldwide renowned speaker. So think about listening to her audiobook. You feel like you're at her conference. Like you can tell she's not actually reading the book. She's using it as the notes, but she is like speaking to you. It's really amazing. So Jessica, for you, why don't you start reading this book? I don't know if you can see, but Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller.
Okay.
I was going to start our book club with this book, and then I changed my mind because I wanted to start with more like internal stuff, like building yourself up and all that. But girl, wash your face. But Building a Story Brand, it's like clarify your message so your customers will listen. So this is what I was talking about earlier in the call. This is how you communicate with your customers really effectively. So this is where you help them identify their struggle. You're the guide that's going to point them to some solutions. They're going to choose a solution and become the hero in their own story so that the outcome is going to be beautiful instead of a catastrophe. Kind of like the Farmers Insurance commercial that I was talking about earlier. I don't know if they're not. But it's really, really, really effective. That's how they wrote the Happy Hour script, was using this. That's how we came up with our one-liner when we're at the director's retreat. We wrote that one-liner that's on the front of the catalog that says, most people have a full plate. That's making people recognize their struggle of their busy life. And then at Wild Tree, our business opportunity and meal solutions give you control of your life so you can spend time where it matters most. So, it's awesome, and that's a great one-liner that really encompasses what we do and what we want to do for people's lives. And that was written by one of the Story Brand, it was written by us as directors, but a Story Brand trainer was at Director's Retreat, and we had several hours training on this Story Brand concept. So it's really, really awesome. I've already read it, but I might go back through it again. And I was just thinking, oh gosh, I'm so like really want you guys to read all these books. So
Yoka, if I can say something, I haven't read a book in probably 15 years besides work stuff. And I had never heard of Audible because I don't know, I hadn't seen. But thanks for introducing me to that. And I've just been listening to everything, and it's so easy to just do if you have 20 minutes in the car, 5 minutes here and there. And that's how I've gotten through it. And I'm kind of like addicted now, like you are. Or if I'm cooking or something, I'll have it on playing. And it's nice because your eyes don't get tired, but you can just listen. And so that's, I was like late to the book club thing because I'm like, oh, I don't have time. But the Audible has made it doable for me. So thanks for letting me know about that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know at first when I tried Audible, I would daydream and I would like start thinking about other stuff. Well, I tried it when I was actually in a book club. And I'm like, I can't pay attention. I'm going to have a book because I am just thinking about my to-do list and this and that. But I think part of it might have been I wasn't that interested in the book I was listening to also. And I think it's just like reading, like the more you practice, the more you are better at retaining, like, the reading comprehension and stuff. So I think it's the same with the Audible. But yeah, it's so awesome. Like when I'm on a road trip and I'm listening to a really good book, I like don't want to get there faster. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I'm going to be there in 10 minutes and I want to like at least get through the next chapter. So so that's a great idea. If you guys are having trouble just sitting down and reading and finding that time, maybe do Audible. But something that Holly Cleese and Annie Alexander, two awesome directors in our company, something that they did with their team, Holly just started it, Annie already did it, is they actually went through Get Over Your Damn Self, 1 or 2 chapters at a time for like, so Annie I think did 1 chapter a week, but there's like 16 chapters. So Holly decided to do 2 chapters a week because she wanted to get through it in 8 weeks with everyone. But I was thinking about, I know it's a review, but I think it's just such awesome information that maybe, we would consider doing that and just do like a weekly half-hour hop on, talk about the chapters that we read or reviewed and then how we've applied those in our businesses. and keep moving forward. So I'm thinking about that, but I'm also knowing that we have our Get to Team Leader training series coming up, and just a lot of stuff going on. So I'm like, I might not start that right away, but that's something I'm thinking of. So I guess what I'll say is don't skip the books that we have already had for book club. You guys read all 3 of those books. Like, even if who cares if we keep going forward with the book club on other books, just finish all 3 of those books. They're so amazing. And then if you have finished those books, then do this Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Okay. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do after September, or maybe October, however long it takes for Jessica to get through Building a Story Brand. Because I think her and I are the only ones that have read all the books. So, yeah, so we'll just get up to speed on where everybody's at and who even cares. Maybe some people don't care to get caught up on the books too. So we'll see where everyone's at and which direction we want to go. But I think it was a great summer of awesome material that we read. Super, super awesome. So do you guys have any more thoughts or questions? I look like death warmed over. Sorry. My husband's alarm went off at 3:30 and this morning, and I could not fall back to sleep. So I'm just a hot mess. I curled my hair so I can look human because I have a happy hour tonight, but my bags are for real. So, okay, you guys. Well, are we talking on Thursday, Jessica?
What was that for Thursday?
Are you wanting to?
Oh, Thursday for the calls. Yes, I think so. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you'll call me at, I think your time is 3:30. I was pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're just doing 30-minute calls on Thursday, and then we can do more check-ins on Tuesday if anybody needs, check in more, whatever. And then Katie, we have our time. I think it's 11. I don't know. I'm just going on memory. So, and Holly, I'll talk to you on Thursday, right? We're good. Awesome. And Annette, I don't know if she's still here or not, but she knows her time. So yeah, we have that little list on our Team Awesome page. So, well, you guys are awesome. I wish you could come to the retreat, Jessica, but I'm excited for the other girls that can. It's amazing. Or can you, Jessica? Do you want to fly on over?
Oh, I'd love to. Just a little too much right now, but yes, I'd like to, but not going to happen, unfortunately, but I hope to hear about it. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, I know. I almost wish maybe I should figure out how to record at least Sonara's portion in little segments or something. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. So just so you guys know, Jessica is a physician and she lives in Texas, and she's on Jennifer Muldoon's team. So she works till 5 their time. So that's why she couldn't hop on right away. But okay, well, thanks for being here, you guys. Hopefully there was something useful, and I love seeing your faces, some of your faces anyways, and hearing your voices. Okay, well, have a great rest of your day, and feel free to text me or reach out with any other questions or thoughts or concerns or whatever, and then I'll talk to you guys on Thursday if I don't hear from you sooner. Okay,
Thanks, Yota.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.